Hi, my name is Ella Mae Cameron. I live in Valley Springs, California in Calaveras County. I am a member of Master Food Preserver through the University of California Cooperative Extension. I took the class because I was interested in learning how to preserve food. Today we're going to do jerky and fruit leather. And all the instructions are in this bulletin that's put out by the University of California Cooperative Extension. A long time ago, people used to do their drying outside in the sun. They used to hang their food on the line and dry maybe for a couple of days or all day. Today, we have other means of drying food, and this is called a dehydrator. And the other method is the oven, which every one of you have in your home that you could use. There are many spices and sauces to use to marinate your meat. Today I'm going to use soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, liquid smoke, garlic powder, and seasoned salt. Here's the soy sauce. I'll measure out half a cup. Next, Worcestershire sauce, I will put 1 tablespoon. To the soy sauce. Next, a liquid smoke. I use half a teaspoon. And then the dry stuffed garlic powder, 1 teaspoon. And the seasoned salt. If you don't want the seasoned salt, it's your option. It's 1 teaspoon too. Now you stir. Now I will cut some meat. Some of the cuts you can use: flank steak, cross rib roast, a thick round steak, and also you can use deer meat or bear meat, but caution, freeze it for 72 hours so you can kill the trichinosis in the meat. Okay, now I'm going to cut this up to be marinated. This meat is partially frozen, so it's easy to cut. And you can cut your meat from 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch thick. Try to keep your meat as thin as you can so it'll dry faster. If it's thicker, it'll take longer to dry. As you can see, this meat is all meat. Hardly you see any fat in it. If you got fat in your meat, it's going to go rancid while you're storing it. Okay, we will see how long the strips are. We'll put this in the marinade. And you should have it marinated for more than 4 hours at least. Sometimes it takes longer. Then after that you can put it in a dehydrator. The meat is done marinating. Now we will put it on the tray to put into the dehydrator. Lay them out flat on the tray. Make sure none of them are overlap, and that'll take it longer to dry too. And this is, I think, the best part for the kids. They get to have fun and putting the meat out because it's safe for the kids as long as an adult is supervising. Here I have the meat laid out on the tray to be ready to be put into the dehydrator. Our dehydrator has a removable door, and it has a magnet on each corner to hold the door up. And it also has dials, temperature dials, and the timer. In this case, our jerky is going to be done in 6 hours, so we slide in the tray, put the door back on, and then the temperature is already set for 145, so we'll set it for 6 hours. By that time it should be done. 6 hours later or more, this is what the finished product looks like. And it should be brittle, breaking easily. If it doesn't break and it feels rubbery, then the jerky is not done. If you don't have a dehydrator, you can always use your oven. Here, line the bottom rack of your oven with foil. This will pick up the meat drippings when it's drying. And have the other rack at the top. That's the one you'll use to hang your meat. Sometimes you can use laying them down, but this one we're just going to use hanging your meat on the rack. Okay. And then you don't have to close your oven door all the way. Make sure the door is ajar, because we're going to turn the fan on so the air can circulate. Next, set your temperature to 150. It will take from 4 to 6 hours to dry your jerky. When the jerkies are done, this is what they'll look like. This should be easy to break. Jerky is really easy to store in any container as long as the container is moisture proof. Here we're going to put our finished product in this container. It will keep for an indefinite time as long as there's no moisture in the container. There are other ways of storing your jerky. A plastic bag, a glass jar. As you can see, jerky is easy to make and it makes a good snack. Now I will show you how to make fruit leather. All the instructions are in this publication put up by the university. A fruit leather is a pureed fruit and dried. Almost all fruits can be used. Today we're going to use persimmons. These persimmons are nice and ripe and they're soft. Scoop them out with a spoon into your blender. This is really soft. Now I'm going to add my sweetener. I have 2 sweeteners here, corn syrup or honey. I am going to use the corn syrup and put 1 tablespoon into the blender. If you use the dried sweeteners, that'll make your fruit leather grainy when it's finished drying. So it's best to use the liquid form. Now I'll put it on blender. Make a circle like a giant donut, but don't make the center hole too big. You want even flow on your sheet. Then we tap the tray to fill up that hole in the middle, you see there? Make sure your dehydrator has a removable door. We put in our fruit leather. We set our oven control to 135. And then set it for 4 to 5 hours. Make sure your lid is closed first. And the fruit leather should be done for 4 to 5 hours. Time's up. This is one of the finished product, and it's strawberries. And this is what it looks like. It's not sticky. If it's sticky, you need to dry some more, and it's pliable. You can easily pick it up. Okay, one way of storing your finished fruit leather is wrapping it up in a plastic wrap. Here's a plastic wrap. Pick up your fruit leather by the edge. Put it on the wrap. Fold one edge that's towards you over the edge of the fruit leather and roll it up. And now you got your own fruit leather that you can snack on later. If you do not have a dehydrator to dry your fruit, you can always use an oven. Here I have a cookie sheet with a plastic wrap and the fruit poured over it. Put this in the oven on the top rack. We'll set our oven temperature to 150. We'll turn on our fan, which will circulate the air in the oven so the fruit will dry. This is how you make a fruit leather. When time is up, turn the fan off, our oven off. And this is what our fruit leather looks like when it's done. This is strawberry that we did. And it's not sticky. Since you already have the plastic there, you could use it for storage. Just roll up your fruit. You see how easy it is to make your own snack, and it is fun.